Holler, guys. Um, it's me, and I'm back with another Broadway review. After maybe 3 months, the last show I saw was After Midnight in May, and it's about to be August. And yeah, it's been a while. So yeah, I saw Holler If You Hear Me at the Palace Theater. A day before it closed, I went to the matinee on Saturday, and I got in the rush line at like 10, right when the box office opened. So yeah, Holler If You Hear Me. So Holler If You Hear Me is about an ex-con named John, and he was in prison for about 6 years, and he comes back to his old neighborhood, and he's like in this whole new brand. He's like in this brand new state of mind. He's trying to get away from the gang life, and he's just trying to live a peaceful life, and he's just trying to get a job and pay for his rent and pay for a meal on his plate, and that's just all he wants to worry about now that he's coming back to this community. But then he has some old friends, you can say, in his neighborhood who may sort of pull him back into that lifestyle, and that's basically what it's about. And it's an original story, and the music that Tupac made years ago helps tell the story. So, original story, not about Tupac. They use Tupac music though. This show was great. It's not my favorite show, I can honestly tell you that, but it's a really, really good show, and it's tells a really good story, and it's very original, and it's finally good to see a show that focuses on a very like urban sort of community. Like, we have shows who tell about like In the Heights, who's talking about In the Heights. So who's telling about this community, this Dominican populated community uptown in Manhattan. And then you have Brooklyn, the musical, that's basically about Brooklyn. And now we finally have something for that is very urban, very ghetto, you can say. So that was really, really good to see on a Broadway stage, and for it to make it to Broadway was really, really cool. I don't think the show should have closed in this soon. It should have been around maybe to 2010, because it could have swept it still can, because it was still amazing. This show could have went off Broadway too. It's not that big of a production at all. But yeah, let's start talking cast. So, Saul Williams as John. He was great. He's really, really, really good. His acting was spot on. He has a very good rapping voice, and he delivers his line as if it were poetry, and that was a very good casting decision made. He says he has a passion with saying his lines, and it's like he understands every single thing that's coming out of his mouth when he's speaking, because it like gives me chills in a sort of way. There were some lines in this show that like stayed in my head for like days, and that's incredible. I've never experienced that ever in theater. I would like to disagree with some of the critics in this some of the critics that did reviews for this show, because this book is great. I thought this book was great. I understand what some people were saying, that the songs are a story in themselves and blah 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 blah, but this man, Todd Creator, I believe his name is, he put his heart and soul into this book, and it's a very good book, and I can tell that it's an amazing, amazing book. Yeah, this is a book by Todd Creator, and yeah, his book is spot on. The haters need to stop hating, because this show really closed because of the reviewers and because of the critics. This show deserves to be on that Broadway stage. But yeah, Saul Williams, he's just amazing, amazing. I would love to see him get nominated next year, because he was great. He was really, really great. I really like the playbook art. I just keep looking at it. It's really amazing. It's a rose growing up in the concrete. But yeah. Um sorry. Christopher Jackson as Verdis. He was amazing. He was the lead that really like blew me away because I've seen clips of him and this is something he's never done before. He's done Simba, he's done Benny and In the Heights, he's done Memphis. It's like nothing he's ever done before, so it's really really cool. And he was so good. He was amazing. His acting is amazing. His voice is amazing. He put me to tears when he sang Dear Mama. It was just like that scene gave me chills. He's just great. Like he needs to be nominated. Saul Williams was great, but Christopher Jackson really blew me away. And I feel like if when you see this show, you're either getting blown away by Saul Williams or by Christopher Jackson. For me, it was really Christopher Jackson who really like hit the spot for me because he was great. He was amazing. He was amazing. Like I can't get over how amazing he was. He was just great. Saquon Sengblow. She was great too. Her voice is just amazing. And she's never really done a leading role or a supporting role. She's always done ensemble roles. And she was great. Her acting was great. Her role was really like... So, her and John, a.k.a. Saul Williams' character, used to go out before he was in jail. He was in jail for 6 years and he wouldn't let anybody visit him while he was in jail. So she started going out with Verdis while she was in jail, and it stirs up a little drama between the three characters, and she's like the center of this love triangle, and she just loves both of these men unconditionally, whether they're doing good, whether they're doing bad, and she just wants the best for them, really. And her character's just really great. It was a really well-written character, and she was just great. Amazing. I'm gonna say. Ben Thompson as, what was his character's name? It starts with a G. Griffey. He was amazing. This was an amazing cast, to be honest. Like, it was just, everybody just gave in their 2 cents and they were just great. He was great. He has this solo with a guitar. I forgot what the name of that song was. In the second act. It was like right before California Love. Doug's Mansion. And that was a really like good moment. That was when they both decide that they're just gonna do good. Verdis and John. And it was a very well-written character, and he just did his best that he can, and he was just great. I really will remember his performance for a really long time to come, as Saul Williams' performance and Christopher Jackson's. Sorry guys. John Earl Jelks as the street preacher. He was great. His acting was amazing. You see him in his headshot, and then you see him on stage, and you wouldn't even believe that that's him, because his acting was just great. I don't think he has a song in this show. He doesn't. And the way he walks, and the way that he talks, and the way that, sorry guys, and the way that he just like delivers his preaches is just amazing. And to see that these people actually, not all of them, but the way that Saul Williams' character and Saquon Semblow's character cares about him is really, really good, because everybody's just paying no attention to him. And to see that he has hope when nobody else does is really cool to see. And I feel like if there's always that one person in the community who actually believes that there's gonna be good coming soon. And he was just great. He was amazing. Joshua Boone as Darius. He was great. He was kind of the opposite side of what Saul Williams wants to become when he returns back to his neighborhood. He wants to get revenge. Okay, so spoiler, Christopher Jackson has a mom who's played by Tanya Pinkins, and Tanya Pinkins has two sons, who is Christopher Jackson and Benny. Benny passes away. He's killed. He's shot by a rival gang in the community, and they just want revenge for them killing their homie, basically. And his character just wants to go and like kill and get revenge. He just wants to be this very hood person, and he doesn't know like what's the outcome and what's gonna be the consequences of what his actions are. And Jahi Curse's character, who is, I believe, Lamar. Yeah, Lamar. No, I'm lying. His name is Nunn, and literally his name is Nunn. And his character is sort of the one who's telling him, like, don't kill anybody because I have killed somebody. And to this day, I remember his name. I remember the moment. I remember the look that he had. And it's just like some very deep stuff that happened in that scene. And they were both amazing actors. Out of the three young kids who like want to get their revenge back against the other rival gang was Dylan Burnside, and his performance was amazing. He was great. All he wanted was revenge for his like sort of best friend, you can say. And that scene after California Love really like that was the scene that had me like that. Like, this show gave me chills, and it was just wow. Tanya Pinkins was really, really good in the scenes that she was in. I really loved her in the opening number, My Block. And I love the opening number in this show. It was great. The choreography in the show is really amazing. It's really cool, very hip-hoppy. Yeah, really amazing. And I've never had choreography to scare me before. Well, not scare me, but how the Holler If You Hear Me scene. It's the Act 1 finale, and people are just flying out of the stage, and I'm sitting in the front row, and I'm just like, whoa, because it happened right in front of my face, so that was really funny. And the lighting design in this show was amazing. The Holler If You Hear Me lighting design and the California Love lighting design, and it's just like really, really cool. And I really did like the set in this show. There's really not that much set, but how they use the Tupac's real sketches, they use it to show the community. It's pretty much not like a skyline, but like you see the buildings, and his real sketches are used, and they're being projected onto the stage, and that was really, really cool. Pretty much the set is just a whole bunch of stoops and this little thing that comes down from the top of the stage, and which is really his room and his jail cell in the beginning of the show. John's room and his jail cell. And there's like a big fence and a car dealership, and that's pretty much it. Holler If You Hear Me was a really good show. Not my favorite show. Very enjoyable. Very good to see hip-hop on Broadway. Not the end of hip-hop, I can tell you that. And very good direction, too. I can tell that Kenny Leon really worked hard for this show and to be on Broadway. And that it took 13 years to come to Broadway was really, like, crazy. So, Holler If You Hear Me at the Palace Theater. Can't see it anymore. Maybe there's going to be a national tour. It might come off Broadway, I don't know. But if you ever get the chance to see this show ever again, go see it because it's really, really good. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.